Hey there, Christopher Schlegel here. I'm going to show you a basic blues lick that forms the foundation of a lot of blues lead playing. We're going to play it in A, and I'm going to use the A minor pentatonic box. So I'm going to start on the 5th fret, right? And between the 5th and the 8th fret is where the box starts. So I'm going to use this pattern. Okay, except I'm going to use the top 3 strings, the G, B, and E string, okay? The lick looks like this. We're going to start on the 7th fret of the G string and bend up a whole step. So it sounds like bending up to the 9th fret from D to E. Okay. Then we're going to come over to the B and the E string and play the 5th fret. 5th fret on the B, 5th fret on the E, 5th fret back on the B. Okay. Then last little bit here I'm going to do is bend the G, or bend this note G up here, the 8th fret of the B string. It's like I'm bending it from 8 to 10. G to A, right? So, that's it. That's the whole lick right there. Bend on the G string. Then come over to the B and the E string. A little tricky picking there. And then finally end with a bend on the B string. Bend that G up to A, okay? Notice that I'm muting a lot with my palm here, so that nothing rings except those upper strings and only the ones that I want to ring, okay? Notice also that there's a little bit of maneuvering you have to do here. The faster the lick goes, the less you have to worry about it. But when you do it at a relatively slow pace, kind of lean your finger over a little bit there so that you only isolate the notes you want to hear at the time you want to hear them. You want to go slow with it at first because it requires a little bit of maneuvering there with your wrist. Watch that picking too, because there's an inside-outside picking. It gets tricky because you can pick it any number of ways. I usually pick down on the G string, and then on the B and the E, and the inside picking there, so up, down, up. And then the last one, the bend, goes down. Take that slowly and play it repetitively in time. If you repeat it and loop it over and over again, it'll help play with a metronome. I usually say that the best way to practice is to think of it as starting before the downbeat. So it's kind of a pickup measure, right? So you get this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 4 notes, and then you land on the downbeat. So you're going to think of it as 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. So you can go 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, the 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. You know, then you can loop it a little bit faster. Now, that sort of lick can be moved all over the place, right? You can play it in any key. But right now what I'm going to do is focus on the fact that you can move it around inside the key of A. So when you're playing in a blues in A, you're playing from A. A little bit less volume there. And then go to the 4 chord of D. But what I'm going to do is just move it up to the D here at the 10th position. I'm going to play the same lick, go. Now notice all those notes are in the key of A. You're actually just using notes from A, even using notes from the A, you can bend in G up to A, and then A, and then C, and D. Those are all in the key of A, but you're kind of looking at it like you're playing over a D chord, the 4 chord. Then back to the A. Then when you go to the 5 chord, the E, the 12th fret, right, 12th position, same thing. Just play the lick. And then back down to D. And then back down to A. Now, practice the mechanics of that over and over again so that you can drop it in anywhere you want. I'm going to do a little bit of soloing over a blues backing track, a basic track, so that you can see how I am going to use it just as a basic practice pattern to outline the chords 1, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to, at the end, throw a few little licks in here and there just for fun so you can see how that lick can form the basis of other licks that you can build off onto. you have a basic blues lick. You can play it in any key over any chord. It's a great foundation lick to have for your blues soloing bag of tricks, right? Because it forms the basis of so many blues licks. It's a little springboard you can use to get into other licks. And it's a great repertoire builder, right? Because when you play lead, you want to have a repertoire of little things and tricks and licks and things that you can do at a moment's notice so that when you start playing, you've got something that you can pop in there that sounds great. It's in key, it's following the chords, it's following the key, it's following the rhythm. Everything works great, right? And this sort of lick is really good, not only blues, but blues rock and straight out rock type stuff. Right, it's a great little lick to have under your fingers, okay? I teach more about it in depth at Guitar Tricks if you're a subscriber over there. I hope you have a lot of fun with it and play some blues soloing.